Hey there, everybody. Don Emmons here from WatchReport.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Haigh and Hastings Classic range. This is a new model from Haigh and Hastings, their first model, the M2 Dive Watch. You might remember I reviewed that about 2 years ago now on WatchReport.com, and as a matter of fact, they've made some updates to that model, so you'll see that in an upcoming video review, probably about a month or so after the date that you see this review published. But more on that on another time. This is, I believe, just their second model, not including special editions or whatever. And it comes in the white dial that you see before you, and it also comes in a nice navy blue dial. Now you'll see an array of straps there, and I'll discuss them in a minute. Let's get over the specifications as I usually do in the beginning of the video. You have a 42 millimeter case. It has a lug to lug or length of the case of 49 millimeters. 22 millimeter lugs, 12 millimeters thick. You have a Seiko NH35 automatic movement, and you do have a sapphire crystal. This is also 200 meters water resistant with a screw down crown, which usually isn't something you see in a watch designed as this. And the price on it is $559, and you can buy it straight from the Haigh and Hastings website. So let me go ahead and give you a good look at it here. You can see this is a very nice white dial, and they did not leave out lume either. As you can see, with the applied markers, you do have lume applied in them as well as the hands. And as always, go to the full review on watchreport.com. There's an eye if you tap on, depending on what you're watching on. If you're watching on a computer screen, you'll see a little eye with a circle around it on the right hand of the screen, and you tap that, it will take you to the full review on watchreport.com. Neat little feature. If you're viewing on a mobile device, usually I have it popping up around the 2 o'clock mark. It'll pop up with a little rectangle. But otherwise, you just tap your screen and you'll see that little eye, and you just click it. It'll take you to the full review. But anyways, moving on. If you check out the full review at watchreport.com, you'll see my pictures of the lumen, which is actually quite impressive for a watch like this. And when I say a watch like this, you're talking a watch that, if I was to classify this, I'm going to give it a casual watch slash field watch. But as you can see with this alligator patterned leather strap, it can definitely be a dress piece as well. Though I would not classify this as a dress watch right off the bat, only because of the 200 meters water resistance, the screw down crown. The lume on the watch, not things that you normally see in your average dress watch, but you'll probably see 50 meters of water resistance and non-screw down crown. So it kind of bridges the gap between many styles of watches. And what's great about that is, if you are somebody that doesn't have a lot of watches, or you really just, you're not a watch nut like many of us are, and many that are viewing this video, you just want one good watch. And of course, there are thousands of choices these days. But this one wouldn't be a bad one. You have a nice combination of brushed and polished finishes. You have that beautiful dial. You have applied markers. You do get an automatic movement. You do get a sapphire crystal, which, for all intent and purposes is pretty much scratch, proof. You can't say proof. Nothing is scratch proof. A diamond will scratch this. Things that have diamond dust in them, such as certain bricks and whatever, will scratch a sapphire crystal. But through most of your daily use and wear, you're never going to see any scratches on it. And with 22 millimeter straps, it's an easy watch to strap out onto other straps. This is the brown alligator patterned, or maybe crocodile. I haven't seen an alligator or crocodile up close lately, so I can't remember. what they look like. But when I see my buddy Fred the Alligator, I'll be sure to ask him if this matches him or if it matches his buddy Joe the Crocodile. Jokes aside, it is a very nice leather strap. It does have a nice, suede backing to it. And if you don't like the brown, well, there is a beautiful dark blue. So it could be just kind of hide this and we'll play dress up. Play dress up with the watch here. And you could see, boom, look at that. Now it's blue. But you could see what the blue strap looks like on this watch. Very, very, very elegant looking. And though I'm not going to do it on camera for obvious reasons because it takes too long, you can purchase on a very nice and very thick NATO military style strap. And I am not the type of guy that likes these NATO or Zulu style straps. But I will say this one is pretty nicely made, in my opinion. I will not be the expert on these type of straps ever. But, it's thick, it's nice, it has a good feeling to it. It seems like something that'll last a pretty damn good amount of time. And you could see that it's all sewn in, so it's not just glued. So a pretty good quality there. Now, the watch does not come with all of these straps. You get a choice of these straps. So when you look on the website, you could choose, the brown here, the blue leather, or the NATO green strap. I do show pictures of it on the full review at watchreport.com, and it really does change up the look. Obviously, it makes it much more of a casual, slightly sporty style of watch. Of course, you can buy all the straps through Hastings.com. You could just if you want to have all of them, you could purchase them. I don't remember what the price is offhand. As I said, you do get a Seiko NH35 automatic movement, and this does have the display case back, as you could see, and they put their name here on the rotor. It is a screw-down crown, as I said, and I do want to show you, if I can, not a big deal. There's obviously not a lot of functions here. You have the date and you have the date. But what I just noticed is screw-down crown here is very, very solid. And one of the things I noticed as far as being solid is when I'm setting the date here, pull it back out to the first position. Nope. Doing things behind the camera could be a pain sometimes, so please bear with me. And hey, if you don't want to bear with me and you're going to be one of those guys down below that wants to leave stupid comments, please go ahead. You won't be able to leave stupid comments anymore, I assure you of that. But what I noticed, I was really just running through the date, like trying to, set out like this, and the crown is super solid, which, and I'm not knocking any brand, but there are, watches that, can be $1,000, and they're a dive watch too, and I'll pull the crown out, and it's just like, wobble, and you're setting the date, and you could feel it wobbling. There is none of that in play here. Now, we're already 8 minutes and 42 seconds in, because as some of you know, I can be long-winded at times, but you know what? So far, it seems to work. People seem to like the reviews, or you wouldn't keep subscribing. And you know what? Some people just like the sound of my beautiful voice. But hey, we're doing hands-on watch reviews here. I like to try and give you as much information as I can possible. Here it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. 42 millimeter by 49 millimeter. It's not a large watch. If you're an average size guy, and of course, even if you have a smaller wrist than mine, 6.5, 6.75, 7-inch wrist. This is going to be a great size that you definitely can, use for daily wear. You wear it to the office with one of the nice leather straps, or if you want a NATO strap, or, maybe even switch it up on a rubber strap. You're going to have a lot of looks, and it changes it up, but it's still a great looking watch. Price-wise, $559. You know, hey, I would have liked to have seen a Miyota 9015 in there. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, it is a very well-designed case and dial, and it is a beautiful looking watch. I haven't found any issues with it yet in terms of fit, finishing, timekeeping, or anything like that. One thing I do want to point out, which to me, transparency these days in any market, in any product, no matter what it is big. Because, you know, so many people like to, and companies like to pull the wool over our eyes, so to speak. And, you know, it's made here and it's made there, it's made in America, and half the time, or more than half the time, it isn't. On Hastings' website, and they are out of Australia, it says, you know, designed in Switzerland, Japanese movement, manufactured or produced, I believe that is the word, in China. Boom. You don't see many companies doing that. I've seen a few these days, but not many. Many of them are still trying to, you know, hide behind a Swiss made moniker, or, you know, oh, they'll tell you everything about the watch and the movement and everything else, but they're not telling you where the watch is actually manufactured, where it's assembled, where it's produced. There you are. It is done in China. And as you can see, this is not the Chinese watch of old, you know, from 20 years ago. And as many of the reviews that we do here on watchreport.com, you've seen numerous watches that are, you know, manufactured and assembled in China. And they do produce some great quality. But I like the transparency there. So whether or not that you, you know, like things that are made in China, I'd get off your iPhone if I were you. But whether or not you like them or not, it is nice to see the transparency, and it's right there on the website. So, this has been a look at the Haigh & Hastings Classic Diver in white. As always, for the full review at watchreport.com, click the I in the description, or excuse me, click the I in the video. I changed it up. It used to be in the description, and now it's ruined my spiel a little bit. Leave a like or a comment here on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will never miss another review. And why would you want to? I mean, seriously. Click the button. Hit subscribe. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are social media people because it's the social media world. This has been Don Evans for WatchReport.com. Thank you very much for checking out our video, and I'll see you on the next one.